Viktor Frankl, the therapist and Holocaust survivor, trained that the human capacity to settle on decisions gives us a special strength, since our destiny isn't just a component of destiny or fortune. Frankl noticed that even in the most wrecking, heartless conditions, discovering significance, reason and expectation can induce enthusiastic quality and the ability to endure. However, COVID-19 has instructed us that our conditions are to a great extent outside our ability to control. Inside the range of only half a month, a small infection estimating a negligible 0.06 to 0.14 microns, around 1/250,000th of an inch, has fashioned destruction on, for all intents and purposes, all people groups of planet Earth. Over 33% of Americans state that the pandemic is seriously affecting their emotional wellness. Be that as it may, does that imply that our enthusiastic reaction is additionally outside our ability to control? Is it accurate to say that we are helpless before nervousness, or would we be able to in any case decide to flourish and thrive, or if nothing else not decrease, amidst the pandemic? Mental science has instructed us that individuals have a cynicism inclination. We take care of, harp on, review and react to horrendous and aversive information more than we do with positive data. Therefore, news sources are compensated with more snaps when they present the drawback, and our inclination to catastrophize is just exacerbated by the flood of all the more awful news. Luckily, the realities are our ally. Most of individuals who practice social removing won't get COVID-19. Among the individuals who do get tainted, the dominant part won't need clinic-level consideration, and most of the individuals who are hospitalized will endure. It is additionally worth recollecting that the United States economy has experienced in excess of 20 downturns since its establishing in 1776, and just one since 1900 endured longer than year and a half, the Great Depression. In this way, we can decide to remain educated regarding patterns and read the news inconsistently, state, once every day, while keeping our psyches from becoming overzealous. Typically, getting physical exercise, even an everyday walk, and having a reasonable eating regimen are both significant parts of self-care, yet nor is as basic as rest. In the primary long stretches of isolate, a few associates from Columbia University and I tested more than 300 New Yorkers, and we found that the top indicator of misery was rest quality, representing an astounding 40% of the change in passionate trouble. In other research, just helping people to rest all the more adequately has been demonstrated to be as powerful a treatment for gloom as energizer drugs. Alternately, rest misfortune or even sporadic examples of rest are related with negative consequences for the whole focal sensory system. In light of this data, you can ace your uneasiness by settling on a decision to set a sleep time, so as to manage your circadian rhythms. You can likewise quit utilizing electronic gadgets in any event a half hour before sleep time, since presentation to electronic media can deter us from nodding off. Connections additionally enormously affect how we feel, and flourishing human connections are the top indicator of satisfaction on physical and mental prosperity, more than cash, popularity, IQ or even hereditary qualities. However, as per a national report prior this year by the well-being safety net provider Cigna, 61% of American grown-ups feel forlorn, with especially elevated levels among those living in country networks. What's more, among people with huge others, connections are regularly tense and inaccessible, giving extra wellsprings of anxiety. In any case, fortunately on account of COVID-19, numerous individuals are holding on to the chance to interface with others. By certain measurements, online life use has expanded by 70% since the beginning of the pandemic. In this unique circumstance, social removing doesn't mean social separation. you can decide to associate with others during this season of pressure, in a perfect world one-on-one rather than in gatherings. On the off chance that in-person contact is beyond the realm of imagination due to well-being concerns, calls or video talks are the best approach. The absolute most remarkable systems to thriving in an emergency are a result of otherworldliness. Otherworldliness isn't really strict, it just includes the recognition that there is a more noteworthy reality than the material world, regardless of whether connected to systematized frameworks or not. Appreciation, a profound feeling, is known to diminish nervousness and misery. The straightforward demonstration of remembering one's good fortune for a couple of moments every day can altogether lessen pressure and bitterness after some time. To be sure, there is such a great amount to be thankful for during this emergency, for example, running water, power, web network, present-day medications, life bolster innovation, courageous clinic laborers who are pushing past their limits every day, and maybe above all else the way that kids can be bearers of COVID-19 yet tend not to endure antagonistic clinical results when contaminated. Quickly concentrating on these and other positive features of life every day can improve your own perspective and make strength. Deciding to acknowledge life on life's standing, called radical acknowledgement, can likewise help. The truth of COVID-19 is that we don't have the foggiest idea what will occur straight away, and we are naturally helpless. When we decide to submissively acknowledge that reality, it's conceivable to pull together on territories where we can have an effect. The momentum emergency has made novel open doors for development in clinical research, innovation, training, funds and universal discretion. In any case, these open doors possibly become conceivable when we acknowledge with peacefulness that which we can't change. To these closures, we can decide to put shortly every day pondering past hardships that we have encountered, and any positive outcomes that developed once they were resolved. In aggregate, we are not helpless before uneasiness except if we decide to be. By keeping an eye on our physical needs, our associations with others, and above all else higher request esteems, we can rise up out of COVID-19 significantly more grounded and more lively than previously.